Welcome to the Kingdom Culture Podcast that was created on purpose with a purpose to empower, uplift, and guide others to the center of God's perfect will. Kingdom Culture family, welcome back to the Kingdom Culture Podcast. I hope you guys are all having an amazing week. So, I want to talk about energy today and focus. Because when I went through my breakup, I needed to stop focusing on my past and start focusing on my future, right? Because we all know that when you're with someone, it takes intention. You have to communicate, you have to text them, you have to be with them, you have to pour into them, you have to care for them. And so all of that focus and energy is a lot. And so what happens when that person is no longer there, right? Like, where does all of that go? And so this was something that I figured out by myself little by little, because at first, when I first left, I was putting all of that energy and focus still onto him and in my past. I was overthinking, I was replaying conversations, I was trying to check what he was up to, if he was okay or not. And I was staying in my feelings longer than I needed to, right? And so one day when I was in prayer and journaling, I said, like, why am I wasting all of this time, all of these thoughts, all of this energy on my past when I could be pouring it probably into myself, into my future, into what's in front of me, right? So, here's what I want you to understand today: that every skill you pick up in this season is proof that you are not stuck. You are growing. Because here's something that people don't talk about enough, and that's that when you're in a relationship, especially a long one, we kind of pause certain things in our lives and ourselves, right? There are things we wanted to try, dreams we put in the back burner, goals that kept getting pushed back because life with someone else took up all that space. And that's the truth. That's what happened with me, right? So I came into this relationship and I already had um, kind of like a little brand going. I was an affiliate marketer for different types of companies. But I was doing it. I was building a small brand for myself, and I was already investing and doing all these things. I've been doing them since I was 17, right? So I came in and I already had a baseline. But he was still trying to figure out what he wanted to do with his life, right? And on COVID, I told him, I'm like, hey, so you're unemployed. What is the one thing that you want to do with your life? And he told me that he wanted to be a physical trainer and open a gym. And I was like, let's go. Because like, you want to build with that person, you want to make sure that they're taken care of, and that um you guys are building together. And that was the dream for me. I was like, both of us to be home with our child, like, that's going to be amazing, right? And so I took a lot of time to help him with all of that, because it takes time, money, and effort. Like, if you're building something from scratch, it takes up a lot of time. And so I did that. I stopped, you know with a lot of my own things, and build onto him, right? And now he's doing it by himself, which is amazing, right? I'm so happy that something good came out of our relationship that he can continue to do and teach our son about, right? And so AB sees that through me as well now. But what I realized is that all of this energy and all of these things, like, I had time now, I had space, because he was no longer there. And I realized that whatever I did with that time and effort and space was going to define who I was going to become outside of this relationship. And so I started doing these 4 things, and I want you to start doing them too, right? So number 1 is pick up a new skill. Just one. Don't overwhelm yourself and try to do 10 things at once, right? Because you're not going to build a whole new life overnight, okay? Just one thing. Maybe it's learning how to cook meals. Maybe it's starting to work out consistently. Maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's taking pictures, starting a podcast, learning how to invest, or taking a class that you've said you've wanted to, take, but you hadn't, right? Pick one thing and start, because that one thing becomes a spark and it becomes a fire, right? Because you start to see of the new things that you can add on to your life, onto yourself, valuable things, because skills are things that nobody can take away from you. Number 2, you start building with your hands and time, right? There's something so powerful about creating something: a business, a body, a garden, a playlist, a brand, just a skill set, right? Because when you build something, you're telling yourself, you know what? I'm capable. I'm actually doing this. And you start to believe in yourself, and you continue with that fire of something new, right? because when you go through a breakup, you kind of feel like you lost everything. You feel like, there's no way to get your confidence back, but that's not true. And this helps with that, right? And number 3 is let your new skills build a new identity. Okay? So this is what I really love, because nobody really talks about the person you become outside and what it actually means. When you start doing new things, you start to become a new person. Not a fake new, not running from who you were, but genuinely changing and evolving. Okay? The girl who started going to the gym at 6 a.m. is not the same girl that she was 6 months ago, right? The woman who launched her business is no longer the same girl. She learned, a new trade, got her certifications, finished her degree. She just carries herself differently, right? Same thing with a guy. Like, if you want to go and build something and be somebody new, you can. This is the space for that, right? You do not have to stay the same. Let me repeat that. You do not have to stay the same after a breakup. And it's so amazing to see who you can become. Everything starts shifting. Your thoughts, your mindset, your habits, everything can change and become better if you allow yourself to be that, right? So, let your new skills build your new identity. I know I've changed a lot, I've grown a lot, and it's been amazing. So I just want that for you too. And number 4, you stop waiting to feel ready and you just start, okay? Being ready is a lie, okay? Because nobody is ever ready to do anything. Ready does not come before you start. It comes after. You do not feel confident before you begin, right? You feel confident because you started to do the things that you said you were going to do. So stop waiting for the motivation to show up and just do it. Do it messy, do it small, do it scared, like just do it, right? Just start. And the moment that you do, you realize, it's like, again, you're so capable. It's easier than you thought. Like, the big, like, oh my goodness, I can't do this, becomes a smaller, well, wait, maybe I can. And you continue to do it. And then you keep telling yourself, yes, actually, I can. I am. This is amazing. Right? And so, all of that to say is, a year from now, who do you want to be? You know, not who do you want to be with, but who do you want to be? Because again, you're going to get out of this, and, maybe it'll take you a little bit, or maybe you want to start dating now, but who are you going to be for that new person? How are you going to add to their life? And how are you going to allow them to add to yours? That's what I'm always going to talk about, because I think that's the step that I missed as well, is a person doesn't complete you. They add on to your life and you add on to them, right? So, what do you want to do? What do you want to do now? What do you want to learn? What do you want to build? How do you want to feel? You know, who is that person you're trying to become? Right? Because that version of you is not waiting for a new relationship to exist. This version of you is waiting for you to take new actions and build new things and become somebody better, right? So, remember, you are not just healing from a breakup, you are building a new version of yourself. And you are going to be better. As always, right, I give you guys a Bible verse. And this week's Bible verse is Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Not some things, not easy things, all things, right? And that includes rebuilding, starting over, becoming someone you're proud of on the other side of pain. Because the Lord is not just healing you, He's equipping you, right? So, pick up the skill, start the thing, build the life, because you have everything you need to begin. I hope that you guys found value in this week. If you did, please share it. Send it to a friend that might need it. And I want to thank you so much for being part of the podcast and listening. We're growing little by little, so if you could just share the link, and put it on your stories, tag me in them, that'd be great. I always put my links in the bio. So God bless you guys, and don't forget that I love you, but that the Lord loves you more. Always, always, always.